Oh man, Animal Crossing New Horizons. The social simulator that took the world by storm is now reaching its first anniversary. Can you believe it's been a year already? Ah man, time sure flies when you're in the middle of a global pandemic. Anyways, I've been renovating my island recently, and with the anniversary coming up, I've been looking back at how New Horizons shaped my experiences last year. And, the more I think about it, the more I realize that a lot of the mechanics in Animal Crossing have actually taught me some really good life lessons. I eventually ended up writing down all my thoughts on the subject, and I felt like it'd be a nice thing to share with you guys, in sort of a half-casual, half-formal type thing. I am well aware that these are not exactly novel ideas, but hey, maybe it can help some of you like it did for me. So, with all that said, I'd like to present 4 life lessons that I learned from Animal Crossing. If you're like me, you probably hate doing those dull, uninteresting chores every day. I know I dragged my heels to get started fixing up my island for months because I knew it was going to be long, slow, and boring. But after pushing my way through my mental block, I realized there's something calm and peaceful about doing these types of tasks. It's almost like a type of meditation to me, and I surprisingly found myself looking forward to doing these types of tasks instead of dreading it. I usually ended up feeling better after completing them, especially if there's an outcome you can feel satisfied with. And if nothing else, hey, it's a good time to listen to podcasts. Now, obviously, this and the other lessons that I'm going to touch on aren't universal, so your Nook mileage may vary. Okay, moving on. Alright, so the next thing I want to bring up is all about consistency. In New Horizons, there's a ton of daily activities to participate in, from tending flowers, to picking weeds, to making friends and getting DIY recipes. There is plenty to do every day. Some of these aren't as important to do every day, but I found it significantly easier to do them all if I do it every day. Case in point, I had let my flowers and weeds pretty much take over my entire island because I was not consistently keeping things organized. Maybe there was a little bit of time traveling in there, but don't worry about that, it's not important. I eventually sat down and committed to cleaning up my entire island. This took me several hours to complete. Now, had I stuck with cleaning up a little bit each day, it'd probably take me like 5 minutes out of my day, and it does. It takes me 5 minutes now, because I cleaned everything up. Now, as for what the best way to stay consistent is, well, everyone's gonna have a different answer. For me, it was all about setting a routine. Once I set a specific set of steps for me to do in the morning, it actually took very little effort for me to finish everything I wanted to get done. But I don't know anything, so you do what's best for you. Alright, let's talk about friendships. New Horizons is way more forgiving with friendships than the previous games, but the concept is still good enough for me to actually learn from it. So making friends in New Horizons is stupid easy. Like, anyone can become good friends with their villagers by just talking to them every day. However, what I soon found out is that doing the bare minimum of just talking to them didn't actually make us close friends. It just made us friends. Now, I eventually realized that I had to actually put effort into my friendships if I wanted to develop them further. In the case of New Horizons, that means actively engaging in the friendship by either giving them presents, doing quests for them, buying stuff from them, talking to them still counts, stuff like that. These types of friendships are obviously way less complex than real-life friendships, but I saw a lot of parallels with how I interact with my real friends, and now I am much more aware of my approach to maintaining friendships. Alright, my final thing is on optimism. Staying optimistic during difficult periods in life can definitely be challenging, and situations like the COVID pandemic compound this problem even further. I know that for me at least, lockdown was very trying mentally, and it wasn't until I started playing New Horizons that I realized what I was doing wrong. Now, it was, and honestly it still is, very easy to focus on the negatives in my life, but as soon as I started focusing solely on the positives, no matter how small, I slowly changed how I was feeling on a day-to-day basis. It sounds pretty silly, but I was legitimately able to get through tough days by focusing on small things in Animal Crossing, such as new items I can find in Nook's Cranny, or hanging out at a friend's island. Now, to be clear, I am not advocating ignoring problems that need to be addressed. Please do your taxes. But shutting out the unnecessary negative thoughts and replacing them with anything positive in life was definitely a game changer for me. And with all that, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you were curious on the finished project I was working on, well, here you go. That's a nice little bridge, I think. Well, I definitely appreciate everyone watching to the end. This is a new format for me, so feel free to let me know what your thoughts are about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching, a little like and subscribe action goes a long way to supporting the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.